Hey guys, it's still worth breaking down a fight from the Competitive Overwatch Open between eLevate and Swamp Donkeys. With Swamp Donkeys being the underdog, they bring out a surprise Hanzo to shake things up and demonstrate how with proper targeting and position can take out a well-established team. Jumping straight into it, we see both teams having Resurrection up with the offensive Hanzo's Dragon Strike almost ready. The offensive plan is to quickly charge this ultimate and launch it through sight while simultaneously speed boosting the Reinhardt and Zyra onto the point. Between the Twin Dragons and the Rocket Hammer, focus will be drawn away from the Pharah, who should be able to pour Justice down onto the site. Mercy will sit at the back topping up health pools when she can, but predominantly staying safe, ready to activate Resurrection. eLevate has gone for a stock standard Hollywood defense. Reinhardt and Roadhog on point, Soldier 76 upstairs in the cafe, with Mercy below him. Symmetra is trying to build an early teleporter and is controlling the left-hand tunnels, hopefully popping out to pick off low health retreating targets. Reaper sits upstairs in the central building, ready for a flank. Let's have a look how this fight pans out. And it looks like they are going to go around the backside, maybe up top. No, Swim's pushing up pretty strong. Swim's still engaged, and here comes the engage as Footing Smack charges through. The ultimate coming out from the arrow. The arrow gets a kill on Vile Virtues as the Swim on techniques. However, the Mercy is still up, and there it comes out. The Resurrection as Mello does trade onto Wizx. Yeah, getting a kill onto Mello, and the defensive Resurrection from Fever is massive. And so they're pushing through now. Yeah, gets a kill onto Viva. Swim trading through Vile Virtue. And yeah, so it looks like this offensive is still holding strong. And the offensive does manage to take them all out. As we break down this fight, we acknowledge that with the appearance of Hanzo, the beginning of the fight will revolve around him. Swamp Donkeys has spent the last minute poking at the defenses, aggressively charging the Hanzo ult. The main issue I have with the eLevate defense is the failure to react and adjust to this pick. As the offense doesn't push onto the point, opting instead to poke, eLevate should be aware that the Dragon Strike is incoming. Despite this, we see two slow tanks sitting on point with the Mercy behind them. While the offensive Reinhardt is overextended, vulnerable to the Reaper dropping down on him, the bulky instead drops onto site, further grouping up the team just as the Hanzo's ult comes online. As eLevate hears the Hanzo ult, Vile Virtues engages by dropping his shield and swinging his hammer, instead of charging. This allows the opposing Reinhardt to sweep him back onto the point next to Roadhog. These positions ensure that the two tanks get decimated by the dragons, and completely isolates the Reaper with his Wraith form on cooldown. It's here some of Swamp Donkey's mistakes become evident. As they push onto the site, the healing beam gives away the position of the Mercy, who they know has Resurrection up. Despite this, Pharah and Zyra continue to focus the Reaper without a good angle, as we see a rocket explode against the building. We then notice the three Symmetra turrets on the wall targeting Pudding Smack, which he ignores, instead throwing his lightsaber around the point to little effect. These turrets stay alive for most of the fight and do considerable damage. Turning our gaze to the bottom of the screen, we see an orb fly onto the point aimed at a 3/4 health Zyra, instead of at the almost stationary, oblivious Hanzo. As Symmetra engages, she is predictable in her movements until Hanzo is killed, an act which takes considerably longer having not hit him with the orb. This causes her to be caught by Pharah due to her predictable movements. If the initial shot had made contact with Hanzo, Symmetra would have had time to engage with Pharah in a fair duel and particularly pick up a double kill. Mello, having lost almost half his health to Soldier 76 in the cafe, engages him from the ground level, despite Helix rockets being up. As he is on the ground firing up at 76, Soldier's rockets explode next to him, damaging and killing Pharah, while his own rocket crashes harmlessly into the balcony. Fighting from ground level was a mistake. Instead, Mello should have retreated behind the corner, changing from a predictable position until his shift was off cooldown. After Reinhardt scatters the Resurrection, Zyra swings her beam aiming at 76 in a mid-range engagement, wasting a significant amount of ammo. The damage done to 76 is minimal and is negated anyways due to his active biotic field. Instead, Zyra should have cleaned up the turrets damaging her from behind and collapsed onto the Roadhog before his shotgun does significant damage. As Pudding Smack switches focus, we see Vile Virtues charging back onto site. He chooses to bend to his right to stop on point by crashing into the payload instead of bending left and potentially pinning Lucio, at the very least knocking him away. Due to Roadhog being on the point for congestion, there is little reason to not go for the left option. The decision allows Lucio to continue to provide auras and to finally clean up the trio of Symmetra turrets. We then see Technique burning his hook attempting to hook Zyra instead of the Pharah targeting the friendly Soldier 76. While admittedly recognizing the target would have been very difficult, hooking the Pharah would have saved Soldier 76's life while not increasing the threat to Roadhogs in a significant manner. It would have also been able to kill Pharah and would free up Soldier 76 to engage from above or at the minimum contest the site upon Roadhog's death. Despite the loss of this first fight, eLevate end up winning the map due to adapting and effectively playing against the Hanzo, further showing that good positioning is vital to each and every teamfight.
Is there more to us than the words we say, the games we play? Can we know that we're not dreaming? We have this feeling that we can't explain. Do this every day.